So far on our Florence journey, we have been enjoying tons of Tuscan food, but in this episode, we're gonna go behind the scenes and talk about the making of Tuscan food. And we couldn't do that without standing next to Florence's most famous boar, Il Porcellino. We came here because we want to enact a super famous Tuscan or Florentine tradition. So what you do is you put the coin on the inside of its tongue and you let it slip down. We win. So if it falls through the drain, you get good fortune. So let's hope that we have good fortune on today's food journey.
Yes, I love it. Let's go.
Buonasera, we are in Florence, and in this episode, we're going to be doing a Florentine cooking class.
You certainly are.
So I hope you brought your apron.
Well, I bought one on the street. It's got a naked David. Does that count?
Of course, that's the only apron that you can get here in the city of the Renaissance. Look at this. Looks like we're going to be making some fresh pasta.
Beautiful. Maybe some ravioli.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, then look, we might be making some tiramisu as well.
Tiramisu for sure.
And the best way to start? Prosecco.
Salute.
So the cooking class has officially begun. You know, I'm getting a bit nervous because in Rome, we didn't have anybody judging our food, but here I have an entire crew. Yeah, I hope I do well. Okay, so we're making two different kinds of pasta in this cooking class. The first is underway, which is a fettuccine, long and thin. Then we're gonna be making the second kind, which is a ravioli, which is a stuffed pasta. So here you can see the fillings. We've got the egg, the ricotta with the spinach, and then we've got the utensils, which we're going to use to brush the egg yolk on top of the dough. Let's get back to our station. We were a little bit too noisy, so they kicked us out. We're going to follow along from afar. So we've got the flour.
200 grams of flour.
We've got 2 eggs. We've got the pasta machine. And we got the pasta makers right here.
That's right, that's right. This is Italian. So whatever she's telling them to do, we're just gonna echo over here because we got kicked out.
Okay, she's telling us to make a well in the middle. That's so delicately done.
It's the whisk dance.
And slowly creating this sort of mound of dough. It's amalgamating together. Here we have a long, ribbony type of pasta, fettuccine.
When you make this particular type of fresh pasta, put it through the machine to make long, flat sheets of it. You roll it, and then you take a knife and literally cut it like a jelly roll. And then you take each little cut piece and you extend it out, and there you have a perfect fettuccine like this. It's made like a jelly roll. It's incredibly easy. We need some extra flour. I need more flour. Oh no, I need more flour.
Mission, more flour. Let's go. Now let's talk about what ravioli actually is. This is a stuffed kind of pasta. I like to call them parcels of pasta.
And sometimes they're round, actually.
Or rectangular in this case. You can see that this
rectangular.
One is oblong. We're getting some extra help.
See, we get the professional to take over. We love it.
Press with your finger.
It bounces back.
Okay, I've been gathering the next steps. We're gonna cut it in half, and then we're gonna flatten both to make 2 small pancakes, and then start to pass that through the pasta machine again and again until you reach a very thin
Sheet layers.
and that's when you incorporate the filling itself.
You have your bottom sheet, and then you place the filling strategically, and then you kind of delicately lay the top sheet on top, and then pinch it closed.
So this is unlike spaghetti, fettuccine, tagliatelle, where no filling is involved. This is very much a stuffed kind of pasta, so it's very particular when it comes to the making. The fact that this is fresh pasta.
Oh my God, it's fresh, and you can taste it, and you can tell by looking at it. It's so fresh.
It takes much less time than regular pasta would take, 2 minutes. So you gotta make sure to time the sauce together with that 2 minute time window. Here we have tiramisu, which means
cheer me up or pick me up.
exactly. Marianna is just explaining how to make the tiramisu. So far, we've added 5 spoonfuls of sugar to the egg yolk, and we've whisked the egg whites, which, as you remember from our Rome episode, takes quite a while. So at school, I used to be a really good student, like the teacher's pet. So I'm fighting the urge to answer every question because I feel like a bit of an expert. So hold me back, okay?
This is one of the most classic desserts, I feel like, in Italy.
Well, let's talk about the ingredients. So we need, first of all, savoiardi or ladyfinger biscuits.
Ladyfingers. Egg whites separated from the egg yolks. And a little bit of sugar.
Mascarpone. No cream is allowed. No. And that's pretty much it. Oh, cocoa powder. But that goes on the top as a little garnish, let's say.
Yeah.
So it comes at the very end of the process. Going back to the coffee, what kind of coffee do we want to use for the tiramisu?
I like to just brew a pot of espresso.
So let's talk about the actual putting it together.
You take the little lady fingers, and the first thing you're going to do is sort of like dip them into the espresso.
You mentioned that we have egg whites and we have egg yolks.
Yeah.
What do we do?
So you want to keep them separate. They cannot contaminate each other at all. So the first thing you're going to do is with the egg yolks, you're going to add some sugar and start whipping it and turn it into sort of a crema. That's how we make the Italian crema.
So when it comes to the egg whites, you got to have a lot of patience. Pazienza. Because you gotta whisk them up, and it does take a while.
Yeah. So we're trying to get these like firm peas. At the end, when you're done whipping and whipping and whipping and whipping and whipping, they have to be stiff peas. So eventually what you end up doing is you take the crema, which is the egg yolk with the sugar, and you fold in the stiffed egg whites, and you also add in the mascarpone, and then before you know it, you have this like delicious, creamy, velvety, sweet.
Okay, let's just eat it.
Yeah. Can we eat? Like, please. I'm worn out. I think we need a drink.
Thank you so much for watching today's episode. We hope you enjoyed the Florence cooking class as much as we did.
Oh my gosh, I had so much fun today.
If you haven't seen any of our other Best of Rome / Best of Florence episodes, what are you still doing here? You've got plenty to catch up on. If you'd like to experience your own Florence cooking class, then make sure to check out the links in the description box below. Otherwise, from all of us here at the Roman Food Tour, arrivederci.